If you're watching after the live, we're just going to wait a few minutes, let some people hop on. Yeah, I had some extra time today, so I figured I'd do another live. I'm not sure how long we'll stay on today, but we'll see how it goes. The live this morning was pretty good. If you guys want to check that out, that we did a pre-lift live this morning. Hey, what's up, Drew? Welcome back. Long time no see. We were just talking about the this morning's pre-lift live. So, anything exciting happened since this morning in the arm wrestling world? Any certain topics? Any new matches? Anybody found out about any new matches? So let's see. Oh, Brian's in the chat. What's up, Brian? I don't know if I said this morning, but let me know if you're. I think I'm probably around early tomorrow. If you want to start practice early, I'm still not sure if Dave Morocco is going to show up to practice, but maybe he'll message me tomorrow. But yeah, it should be a good practice. I may, depending on how I feel Wednesday morning, I may head up to Mass Wednesday evening to pull with the Mass guys. I know James Clark is going to be there. I'm not sure if Jerry will be there, but I know James Clark will be there. Damien will probably be there. Fitzy should be there. Big John should be there. Probably both Chris's. Carolyn, what's up? Thanks for watching, Carolyn. Thanks for sharing all the lives and stuff. Marisol says hi. What's up, Marisol? Thanks for watching. If you like arm wrestling, you picked the right spot. Dooney says he's a big fan of arm wrestling. Oh, welcome. That's perfect. Because you picked the right channel. Because we'll be talking about arm wrestling stuff. Sayla, what's up, Sayla? Oh, I appreciate that, Carolyn. She says, you're welcome, Nick. So glad to catch you live. I appreciate that. So we got a good amount of people. What do you guys want? Anything in particular you guys want to talk about? Anything arm wrestling related? Any interesting topics? Maybe training questions or stuff like that. Let's see. Daniel says hello from Indiana. What's up, Daniel? Thanks for watching. Well, I appreciate the comment, Andre, but let's see. Danny O with a Y says, you train MMA? Nope, I train arm wrestling. But I appreciate the question. Let's see. So Carolyn says, Nick, any plans to pull at WAF Worlds in Canada in 2027? Possibly. I was talking. I can't remember who I was talking to about that, but I was talking about that with somebody. Maybe Fitzy, maybe. Um, but yeah, that's interesting. It's right. It's a lot closer than it normally is. Um, so let's see. We got some interesting questions, but Daniel says got a job tomorrow. Well, good luck with the job. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at a different comment. Daniel with a Y says, "Damn, so you one of those with massive forearms?" Yeah, usually that's a good side effect of arm wrestling. So if you're interested in arm wrestling or training forearms, you pick the right channel, the right sport. Let's see. Call him. Let's see. Reyes says, "Hey, what's up, Reyes?" Carolyn says, "Yes, Nick, Ottawa, Ontario." I think that might even be drivable, maybe. Like in terms, like it might be. I think it's under 12 hours, so it might be drivable. But either way, Kaylin says, "Yes, Nick. So you be at WAF Worlds whether they want the smoke or not." That's yeah. Do you have to qualify for that? Do you know if you have to qualify? Is there like a qualify for Worlds, or is that an open tournament? A-Bowl says, "Hello, bro. What's up, man? Thanks for watching." Um, but let's see. I'm not. Oh, back to Carolyn's question about WAF. I may be. I'm not sure if I am or not, but I competed in IFA years ago. Back, and I remember. I mean, I never really looked into it, but I remember that they were saying if you competed at IFA, you were banned from WAF or something like that. Um, so maybe I'm not. I'm not sure if that was true or not, but I know a way around it. All you have to do is spell your name a little different, and you won't show up on the banned list. So it's a little secret everyone can use if they're banned from arm wrestling events. So Carolyn says, "Nick, okay, yes, I think so. You have to qualify. I'll ask Brian on Through the Fingers. He and Zach will be going to that." Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, because I wonder where the qualifiers would be at. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, Carolyn. So let's see. Carolyn says, "I see Nick, the IFA exact great walkarounds. Haha, this is the best Gym Bro channel in the world." Oh, I appreciate that, Carolyn. I appreciate that. I mean, I don't know if that trick is going to work, but in theory, it will work, you know? But yeah, let's see. What else can we talk about? Anything? I mean, we got the pay-per-view. We got the pay-per-view, the first ever Dungeon Super Series. 9 incredible matches still up. All the matches are up under memberships. If for some reason your phone does not have memberships, that means your phone does not have the software for memberships. So you're gonna have to use a desktop or a laptop or something, maybe even a smart TV. But laptops and desktops have been always good. Android's 50-50. The iPhone and the Google phone have been like 10%. So Sailor says, I heard you made all the guys lift 90s at the open gym on Sunday. Yeah, just one set. Just one set. But it was good. It was definitely good. Nothing crazy with the 90s, but it definitely was good. Kalen says yes, and great Turtle Man t-shirts with great arm wrestling sponsors on the back of the shirts. I definitely agree with what Carolyn says. And by the way, we still got some Turtle Man t-shirts available. I want to say, I think there's like 15 left. I think all the sizes. I think maybe we're missing large or something, but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But Sailor says gains. Yep, massive gains were made with that the Sunday heavy training. It was a pretty good turnout. So let's see. What do you mean by that, Drew? Flattened from your request? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Well, we got some interesting names. Yeah, they might be bots, Carolyn. They might be bots. You never know. Sailor says, I'm no longer sick, so I'll be back at it Tuesday. So, yeah, definitely. If you're not, remember 5 o'clock. If you're late, off the team. Oh, flattered. I got you, Drew. Yeah, you never know. You gotta take the good with the bad sometimes. You know. So we have some the bots are admitting to being bots, so that's very noble for a bot. Thank you, bots. Let's see. Just reading some of these comments. Carolyn says, let's like and share. Definitely, I agree with that. Thank you very much, Carolyn. Yeah, Sailor says, some of those names are very bot-like. I definitely agree. So it seems that the bots are malfunctioning. Hopefully they make it through their malfunction. Yep, you gotta take the good with the bad, I guess. Let's see. I think I said at the beginning of this video, but Dave Morocco is supposed to be at practice tomorrow. I'm not sure. I mean, he may not, maybe things have changed, but he's supposed to be here. So Kalen says, Nick, I love the comments at the dungeon and how you said people were late. I remember also in Bangor, people like to arrive 1 hour late. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's most people probably allow it. We allowed it at our last event just because we would only have had 6 signups if we were super strict with it. But next tournament will be a late fee, and it's going to be $123 for if you show up late. So Kaylin says, Dave Morocco, that's exciting. PR before he leaves. Yep, that's the rules. That's the rules. You got a PR before you leave, otherwise the door stays shut. There's special fancy locks on them that are extremely challenging to figure out, like a puzzle. Kaylin says, my bad, Nick. I mean Saturday practice at the dungeon. No, no worries. I think that's I got what you said. I've been getting pretty. I don't know if you missed this morning's chat, but I've been getting pretty good at reading typos. Sailor says 123 is a very specific number. Yeah, I just figured that number would be easy to remember. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Plus, it's pretty steep for a late fee, and nothing's guaranteed. We're only going to put people in late if we're able to. Let's see. I think we're all caught up on the comments. So I know we talked about this before, but I'm curious about this match. Who do you think wins, Jerry Caderet or Vitaly Laletin? I think Jerry wins 3-2 in a grinder. But what do you guys think? So I'm curious about that match. I don't know if you guys could hear it or not. That noise coming from outside is the farmers in the tractor. He's cutting the hayfield, and that's what that noise is. If you can hear it or not. The rooster across the street is also out. What time is it? Was it like it's 6:26? So it's about time the rooster starts making the rooster sounds. Sailor says, sounds crazy. Yeah, it's the big old hay chopper. But you gotta feed the cow something in the winter, Carolyn says, let's go, Jerry. I admit I don't follow East versus West. I just follow the Northeast and Alberta till we take over. I've definitely I follow mostly heavyweights, super heavyweights. I'm not super familiar with the lightweights or super familiar with the females, but I'm trying to get more familiar because I'm trying to get better at making matches. But yeah, it's only a matter of time before there's a takeover. So let's see. Some of the bots are saying they're leaving, which I don't think that's true. I think that they always come back. No matter what, they always come back. Let's see. We're at 20 minutes right now. We'll probably do another 5 or 10 minutes. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. If there's any guests you guys want to talk to, let me know. I'll try and see if we can get them on. I've been working on with trying to get a couple people on, trying to get Andrew Macho Man on. Just trying to get the schedules to match up. Drew says, get that laptop going. So I'm assuming you're talking about get that laptop going so people can buy the pay-per-view on Stone TV under the memberships. But you never know. I think you might be talking about the side screen. Carolyn says, I can't wait for the Thomas Dede match versus Caleb. And Caleb, it's going to be Caleb versus Dede. And do you have any ideas for next High Chief victim? Well, I do this. Maybe what might be a good match is maybe Chief and Brian Malek, or maybe Chief and Bill, but maybe something like that. I think Chief and Brian Malek are closer in weight. But yeah, that could be something. That could definitely be something. Silas says, you still talk to Ryan Turner? Question. It would be cool to have him on and see what he's been up to. I mean, it's been a little bit since I talked to him. We text once in a while, but I could definitely see if he wants to hop on. That's definitely a good idea. I know he's been taking a break with arm wrestling, but maybe we can get him to, back in, start training and lifting. So Carolyn says, Drew, get Oberst on board versus Nick. You're the connection to the West. All right, very nice. Drew says, now Jake Ward is live. That's Aussie, right? Jake Ward is Aussie, isn't it? Kaylin says, Sailor, Ryan's such a good guy. I definitely agree with that. He's definitely a good guy. So Drew says, I have both live podcasts on now. Yes, Aussie arm wrestler. Oh, that's cool, man. That's very cool. You have one muted, or are they both talking? Because I wonder how that works. So Drew says, yeah, listen to both at the same time. Oh, very nice. That's probably a skill. That's pretty impressive. And Drew says I'm playing D4 same time. What's D4? I'm assuming that's a video game. But what's D4? Diablo 4. I don't know. I might have played I can't remember if it was God of War or Diablo, but I played the first one years ago when it came out at a buddy's house, but I haven't played any of the other ones. But I'm sure it got a lot better, that game. So Careless says, Drew, expert at listening to 4-speed, also LO. Oh man, I don't know if I could do that. But the 4x speed, maybe. I'm sure after a while, if you listen to the 4x speed, I'm sure you can't go back. I'm sure it's hard to go back to slow talking or regular talking. But that's interesting. So Drew says, I've played Diablo 1, 2, 3, and now 4 is out. Oh, very nice. Let's see. You know what game I just thought of? I was talking to someone about it the other day. An old PS1 game I used to play as a kid. It was called Medieval, but it was spelled. I think it was spelled Midiev. You know, evil. 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 You know, I think that's what I was spelled. Is that you ever play that game from old PS1 game? Yep. Juice says Medieval. Yes, yeah. I mean, I remember a little bit of it. I wonder, did they ever make like a remake of that, or like a whatever it's called when they go back and they remake the graphics or whatever? But that'd be interesting. That might be a fun game. Oh, so Juice says I know about it. I wanted to play it though. Looks neat. I mean, yeah. I mean, I remember. I mean, I think I came out when I was like 5 or 6 or something. So, maybe older, but I think it was like 5, 6, maybe 7. But I remember a little bit. It was a cool game. You know, I'm sure the graphics probably don't look as good as I remember. Chu says, "Yeah, you are a youngin." I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Especially with modern medicine, you know, should be good for a while, hopefully. Um, Hey, Ron the Assassin Armeni's in the chat. He says, "What's up, Nick? What's up? What's up, Assassin? Hope you're gonna be at practice tomorrow, Assassin, because Dave Morocco's apparently supposed to show up tomorrow. I didn't talk to Morocco yet, but James Reed messaged me, and I told him, have Dave Morocco shoot me a message." Friends with Benedicts, what's up, man? He says, "Man, I missed the Uncharted game." The Uncharted game? What do you mean by that? You talking about one of the games we were talking about? The video games before? Or is that an actual game? Uncharted, is that an actual game? Kaylin says, "Hey, Ron, the Assassin, great match." I definitely agree. If you want to see that match, definitely check it out on the pay-per-view on this channel. The Assassin says, I might be there. Hopefully you can make it. It should be a good practice. So Friends with Benedict says, Drake's Uncharted was fun as hell when I was in high school. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm glad you had fun, man. Brian says Assassin just had another banger match at Tri-State 2. He definitely did. There were some great battles at Tri-State. All right. So we've been on for almost 30 minutes. I'll probably hop off soon. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before I hop off? Any questions? Any other topics you want to talk about real quick? So Carolyn says, "You're welcome, and the world will know the Dungeon Super matches are fire. Best venue, loved the walkouts, and the flow of the camaraderie was so good." Thank you very much, Carolyn. Maybe I'm reading that word wrong, but I definitely know what you're talking about. I agree. I mean, I'm definitely very impressed with how it all came together. There were a lot of moving parts. I think pretty much everyone that was part of it was impressed how it came together, especially with, with our budget of zero. But yeah, definitely appreciate that comment, Carolyn. So Drew says, yeah, you need to get two things, a phone and a laptop. Yeah, I definitely need to get a phone and a laptop. I have there's a laptop, right? I have a laptop, but there's no camera. There's no camera on it. I got an old tablet, but I don't know if I might be able to get. I don't know if I can get YouTube anymore. At least the app doesn't work on that old software. But maybe I can open it on a different platform. Let's see. So Ron, the assassin Amini, says the dungeon super matches were amazing. I definitely was glad to be a part of it, but not happy with the outcome of my match. Next time, I'll get them. Well, there's only one way to find out, you know. There's only one way to find out, and that is on the pay-per-view. But I think it was a great match. I definitely don't think it was anything to be disappointed about or anything, but I think it was a great match. I think it showed a lot of things, a lot of areas to improve, and I also think it showed certain strengths that we definitely can play on. So Kaylin says, you're welcome, Nick. Pay no mind to Drew, LOL. East Coast fast and loose is what's up. Drew said, Kaylin says, Drew, we like it. With some laughing faces. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Friends with Bennett says, what's the workout looking like? How do you do your arm wrestling workout splits? So if I had to say, basically, right now I'm doing 2 to 3 table times. I have a pronation day, elbow flexor day, wrist flexor day, riser. Recently, I started doing more, drag work, cupping drag work. But yeah, so I do probably 2 to 3 arm wrestling practices, 2 to 3 heavy days with weights. No, 1 to 3 heavy days with weights, depending on the practices, and then all the other workouts are, usually medium and light, which light workouts are like recoveries. Oh, so Carolyn says, let's get the chain gains. Yep, definitely the chains. I've been using the chains a lot. Definitely been, seeing some gains, some benefits. Carolyn says, friends with Benedict's. Do you watch Nick's live lifts? There's 2 great videos. They are wonderful to follow. So yeah, there's definitely, if you want to check some out, those are some of my recovery lifts. Go check the recovery lift lives in the live section. Carolyn says, 11 people in the chat. Hey friends, let's like and share. Thank you very much, Carolyn. I appreciate that. That definitely helps out a lot. Well, let's see. Any final questions, guys? I'm probably gonna hop off in about a minute. So Friends with Benedict says, I've watched them, LOL. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching them. With my heavy days, my heavy training, I usually focus, I don't really like messing with the camera. I just like focusing on the training. On the recovery days, the light days, it's a lot easier to mess around with the camera. But yeah, definitely in the future, we'll start posting more lifting stuff, more training stuff. But we just got to get a nice cameraman, someone that can make it down to, the labyrinth. So Friends with Benedict says, I was just curious if you paired wrist work with internal rotations or anything like that. So I do, like today, for example, was I did a whole bunch of wrist flexion, and I did some squats and, some legs. Yesterday's workout was a heavy day. I did pronation, did a standing pronation lift. Then we did some speed work on the table. Then we did a full range pronation lift. Did some table curls where we focus on the riser. So let's see. Carolyn says, Nick, your raw video you posted, reason to buy the pay-per-view in the YouTube. They might play well in Facebook with the membership link as people scroll their Facebook feeds. Oh, that's a great idea, Carolyn. Thank you very much. I'll probably do that tomorrow because that's a really good idea. I've been using mostly YouTube. YouTube has at least been the most fun for me, like for social media. I haven't used Instagram in a while, except for the Messenger, and I haven't used Facebook in a while, except for promoting the tournament. But I definitely I gotta use Facebook more to share stuff because Facebook is pretty good at sharing stuff. But I definitely appreciate that, Carolyn. Friends with Benedict says, but it sounds like you devote days to a singular purpose. Yeah, I mean, depends on, like yesterday was pronation, riser, and elbow flexion. Today was wrist flexion and, full body legs kind of thing. Carolyn says, Nick, you're welcome. Yes, I think people will get the dungeon vibe. I definitely think so too. I mean, it's like one of those places that when you see it, you kind of, you can feel it through even if you're watching on screen, on screen, you can feel it through the screen. But I would definitely recommend if you can ever make it there in person, you definitely got to make it there in person. But all right, guys, I think I'm gonna hop off there. We're about a little over 38 minutes. Kaylin says it is incredible talking about the dungeon. I plan to. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you got a free ticket to the next event. But all right, guys, thank you very much. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for the pre-lift live.